Hey guys, Tina here and welcome to another May book haul. I got some more books and I would like to share them with you. That's the gist of this video, basically. So as you can imagine, the vast majority of books are going to be fantasy, but there are a few that do not fall into that category. And the first of those is a poetry collection, Milk and Honey by Rupi Kaur. This is a very popular collection here on BookTube and probably everybody has heard about it. It's a series of poems about love, loss, hope, rape, basically everything, and I have read a few and I really like them so far. For somebody who is scared of poetry, such as me, this is a series that a series of poems that it's really easy to get into, and I have been really liking what I have read so far, as I mentioned, so I do recommend it. The next book that I got is another really popular book here on BookTube lately, and Katie from We Love Between Words and Julie from A Girl in a Book have been talking a lot about it lately, so I decided to get it, and it's Homegoing by Yaa Gyasi. So this is a story of two sisters. One is sold into slavery and the other one becomes a slave trader's wife, and then we follow their descendants through their lives, and you get to see how their stories sort of separate and how their lives turn out, I guess. It sounds really interesting and I heard it's done really well, so I hope to enjoy it in the near future. And then we move on to young adult, and the first in that category is The Love Interest by K.L. Dietrich. This is a debut novel that just came out in May, and I'm really interested in the premise. It's a story about two boys who are in this spy school, and they're trained. One is supposed to be a nice guy and the other one a bad boy, I suppose, and their mission is to seduce this girl, but as it turns out, apparently they fall for each other. So that sounds really interesting to me. We shall see how the story is. I started this book. I just read the first page, so I'm not I haven't really started it, but just tried it out, and it's a really interesting beginning. It's really not what I expected at all, so I shall see how I like the rest of it. And the next one is, well, it comes as no surprise, and I already read it, and it's A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas, which is the third book in her A Court of Thorns and Roses trilogy. We get to see how Feyre's and Rhys's story ends. I read it, I liked it, but I was not as impressed as with A Court of Mist and Fury. Still, it is a good conclusion, don't get me wrong. It didn't go just exactly how I imagined it would go. But yeah, I'm still looking forward to the next books in this world, and yeah, I should stop talking about it right now, because what else can I say that you haven't heard already? And the last book in the young adult category is another sequel, and that is Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare. This is book 2 in her Dark Artifices trilogy, which is the story of another generation of shadow hunters that started off with Lady Midnight last year, and it's taking place in Los Angeles, and it follows the Blackthorn family, which is this huge family of kids. The parents have died. The older siblings are, one was stolen by the Great Hunt, the other one is sort of punished and is living off on this island in exile, and the oldest boy that is left, Julian, is supposed to take care of his other siblings, and there's Emma, and Emma and Julian are parabatai, and they're in love, and a lot of other things happen naturally, and well, Lady Midnight did really end on a, well, not a cliffhanger, but it had a definitely interesting ending, and I probably will have to reread it just to reacquaint myself with the details, so I'm not gonna get to this one really soon, I guess, but I am looking forward to it, so because I do wonder, what's gonna happen next, because that's why I bought it, right? I mean, why else would it be here? So the next few books are gifts from my friends, and the first one is an erotic book, so for those of you who are slightly sensitive to these things, cover your eyes, because the cover is quite explicit, and it's called Cudowity Clone, or Beautiful Clone, by Eva Pacher. And as you can tell, it's quite graphic, and it has illustrations inside that are just as graphic, so I'm not going to show them to you, but from what I gather, because I haven't read it yet, it's about sex clones, or clones that are used in the sex trade, and yeah, we shall see. I mean, a friend gave it to me, and clearly he thought I'm gonna like it, so once I get to it, I will let you know. And then we return actually to fantasy books. Another gift card arrived my way, and actually I had to buy a few more books. The first one is quite well known, and it's The Circle by Dave Eggers. There's a movie out with Emma Watson and I think Tom Hanks. and it's basically, I think this is more like a sci-fi book about this company that is everything in the internet world, and this girl called May Holland starts working there. She's really excited about her job, but apparently everything is not quite as it seems. I have been eyeing this book for ages, seriously, but I never got it for some reason. And now that the movie is out, I think it's time for me to read it and maybe see the movie as well. So I'm looking forward to this, and I do want to read more sci-fi, so this sounds like it's an easy book to get into anyways. And the last book that I got with my gift card is the third in a series that I haven't even started yet, but what's new? And it's the Dreadworm by Miles Cameron. As if you remember, I bought the first books not long ago, and it's about this Red Knight, and I think it's a bunch of his friends, a band of mercenaries sort of, that you know, you can hire to protect you from these creatures like worms and I guess something else. I don't know, we shall see. I did buy the third book without actually starting the series, but that's just me really being excited and hopeful that I really like the series and I do enjoy them, and that this was not a mistake, clearly, because why else would I buy this book? I know it's not the sanest decision, but why not? You know, I have to buy something with a gift card. Why not something that I hope I will like? And the last two books that I got are just, you know, I just got because I wanted to. And the first one is Hope and Red by Jon Scarborough. Now this is a book that I have been hearing quite a lot about here on BookTube lately, and it sounds like it's slightly different from the fantasy that I usually read, so I decided to get it. And it's about Hope, who, you know, her village was killed by the Empire, and then she's later trained as a warrior, and the guy, whose name I do not know, it might be Red actually. Okay, so Red is adopted by the matriarch, and I kind of imagine this is a mafia kind of family, and he's taught to be a thief and well, a no good guy. And anyways, it sounds intriguing to me, and I decided to get it because that's what I do. And the last book that I got is another that, well, I was planning to read this year anyways, but for reasons that I actually explained in one of my tag videos. I think I didn't get to this series yet, but again, Katie and Julie have been talking about it so much lately that I decided to get it. And it's The Ship of Magic by Robin Hobb. This is book one in her Life Ship Traders trilogy, and it takes place in the Elderling realm, just as the Fitz and the Fool books. And yeah, it's time for me to continue on. I read the Farseer trilogy last year and I really liked it, and I heard that this one is even better than that one. So yeah, hopefully that's true, because that's even better, right? I mean, if they're better. And this is about, I think, about a family of traders, and they have ships that come to life if one of them is on them. I'm not exactly sure. I mean, I do not want to know a lot because I do want to get surprised a bit here and there. But yeah, it's time for me to start another Robin Hobb book. And yeah, this is the one naturally that I would pick because, you know, I like to be organized and follow the rules when it comes to reading order and all that. So yeah. Anyways, guys, those are all the books that I got this month. I think that's it for May. Because, well, luckily it's almost over, but yeah, you can expect another book haul, I'm sure, in June, because I am, you know, some sequels are coming out that I'm really looking forward to, and I think there's some actually debut novels or just new novels, I'm not sure, but yeah, you know, you will get a book haul because I'm just awful when it comes to discipline and self-control. Clearly I have none. I have misplaced it completely, and this is what happens. But yeah, anyways, let me know down in the comments if you have read any of these books and what you thought about them, but no spoilers please. And thank you for watching this video, and see you in my next one. Bye!